Life has a funny way of surprising us, doesn't it? We meet people when we least expect it, and sometimes an accident turns into the most unforgettable experience of our lives. Meeting you wasn't part of the plan, but now you're all I can think about. It was an accident, yes, but it feels like the universe had a hand in making sure our paths crossed. What started as an accident turned into something so much more meaningful. I never saw this connection coming, and yet now it's impossible to ignore the feelings it sparked within me. Sometimes we meet people by chance, and it feels like the universe had a different plan for us all along. Meeting you was an accident, but it's one I wouldn't change for the world. I never thought an accident could change my entire perspective on love and life, but meeting you did exactly that. Now I can't stop thinking about what comes next for us. What if the best things in life are the ones that come by accident? That's how I feel about meeting you. It wasn't planned, but now it feels like everything else has led me to this moment. It's funny how life works. We think we have everything figured out, and then an accident leads us to the most unexpected and life-changing encounter. That's how I feel about meeting you. Meeting you was an accident in the best possible way. I never expected this, but now I can't help but be consumed by thoughts of you and everything we could become. What once felt like an accident now feels like destiny. We met by chance, but every day since then has been a beautiful reminder that sometimes the unexpected holds the most promise. They say life is full of accidents, but some accidents are exactly what we need. Meeting you was one of those moments that turned my world upside down in the most beautiful way. I never saw it coming, this chance encounter, but now I can't help but feel that maybe some of the best things in life are the ones that happen when we least expect them. Accidents don't always have to be bad. Meeting you was an accident, but it's become the most meaningful and beautiful mistake I've ever made. I always thought that love and connection were supposed to be planned, but meeting you was an accident that has proven me wrong in the most wonderful way. You weren't supposed to be part of my story, yet here you are, changing everything. What felt like an accident has turned into the most important chapter of my life. Sometimes the most significant moments are the ones we don't plan for. Our meeting was an accident, but it's one I'll never forget, no matter where life takes me. What seemed like a random accident has become the most meaningful connection I've ever had. I never knew how much one moment could change everything, but now I can't imagine my life without it. The beauty of life is that accidents happen, and sometimes they bring us exactly what we need. Meeting you was an accident, and yet it feels like it was always meant to be. We weren't supposed to meet, and yet somehow we did. That accident led me to the person I never thought I'd find, and now I can't stop thinking about the future we might have together. Accidents can be magical. Our meeting was by chance, yet it has left a lasting impression on me. And now I find myself wondering what might have been if we had never met. Life is full of accidents, but not all accidents are bad. Meeting you was an accident, and it's the kind of accident I never want to forget. It's funny how life works. We think we're in control, but then a random encounter changes everything. That's how I feel about meeting you. It was an accident, but it feels like the best thing that ever happened to me. Sometimes accidents lead us to exactly where we need to be. Meeting you was an accident, but now it's the one thing I can't stop thinking about. They say that what's meant to be will find a way. Maybe meeting you was an accident, but it feels like it was meant to happen all along. I never imagined that an accident could turn into something this meaningful. Meeting you by chance has been one of the most unexpected and beautiful parts of my journey. It was supposed to be nothing, just a passing moment, but somehow it turned into everything. Our meeting was an accident, and yet it feels like it was always meant to be. I've never been one to believe in accidents, but meeting you has made me rethink everything I thought I knew about fate, love, and connection. What felt like an accident turned into something far greater than I could have ever planned. Meeting you was unintentional, but now you're a part of my heart. We weren't supposed to meet, but we did, and now I can't stop thinking about how this accident has completely changed the course of my life. Sometimes the most beautiful encounters are the ones that happen by accident. What seemed like a random meeting turned into something that changed my world forever. I never thought that such a fleeting moment would leave an everlasting mark on my heart. But here I am, thinking about you more than I ever imagined possible. I never planned for our paths to cross, and yet, in that instant, my life was altered forever. What started as a chance meeting has now become the most significant connection I never saw coming. It was an accident, yes, but sometimes the best things in life come when we least expect them. The way our meeting happened was completely by accident, yet it felt like fate in disguise. There are days when I question the randomness of it all, but deep down, I know that some things are meant to be, even if they arrive in the most unexpected of ways. You were never part of my plan, but now I can't seem to imagine life without you. What felt like an accident at the time turned into the most beautiful and unpredictable part of my journey. The beauty of life is that some of the most significant moments happen when we least expect them. Meeting you was an accident, but it's a happy accident that changed everything I thought I knew about love, connection, and fate. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. Our meeting was nothing but an accident, a moment in time that somehow turned into something far greater than I ever thought it could be. Now, I can't stop thinking about what this accident has brought into my life. It was an accident, a random twist of fate that led me to you. And now I find myself lost in thoughts of the way you've changed everything, turning a simple meeting into something deeper and more meaningful than words can express. I never believed in accidents, but meeting you was one that completely defied my expectations. What was supposed to be a fleeting encounter turned into an unforgettable connection that now fills my every thought. We were never meant to meet, and yet here we are, an accident, a beautiful mistake, and somehow everything feels right. You've invaded my thoughts in ways I never thought possible. Some say accidents are the universe's way of showing us the paths we're meant to take. Maybe meeting you was just that, a beautifully timed accident that has forever changed my world. The more I think about it, the more I realize that some of the best things in life happen when we least expect them. Our meeting was nothing short of an accident, yet it feels like the most important thing that ever happened to me. I never thought I'd find someone like you, not in a million years. Our meeting wasn't planned, it wasn't supposed to happen, but now it's all I can think about. When I look back at how we met, I can't help but marvel at the beauty of it all. What seemed like an accident at first now feels like the most important twist of fate. They say the best things in life come when we're not looking for them. Meeting you was an accident, but it feels like the universe had something far greater in mind for us. Our meeting was completely unplanned, yet now I can't stop thinking about the way you've impacted my heart. Sometimes accidents are the most beautiful moments in life. I used to think that life followed a clear plan, but meeting you has shown me that sometimes the most beautiful connections are the ones that happen by accident. What started as an accident has now turned into a beautiful chapter of my life. I never thought a random encounter could change everything, but here I am, thinking about you every moment of the day. Meeting you wasn't on my radar, and yet now it feels like everything that happened before was just preparation for this moment, this connection. It was an accident, but one I wouldn't trade for anything. Some things are just meant to be, even if they happen by accident. Meeting you changed everything, and now I'm left with 1,000 thoughts about what this could mean for us. There's something magical about how an accident can completely alter the course of your life. I never expected meeting you to have such an impact, but here I am, completely caught up in it all. It was just a fluke, or so I thought at first, but as I reflect on how our paths crossed, I realize that accidents have a way of becoming the most important moments in our lives. You were never part of my plan, and yet I can't stop thinking about the way you've changed my world since we met. It was an accident, but now it feels like it was exactly how things were meant to be. It wasn't supposed to happen this way, but somehow, here we are. A chance meeting, a beautiful accident, and now I'm left with more feelings and thoughts than I ever expected.